Well, good afternoon everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. First of all, if you hear that noise up there, right up there, that's the garage heater, so I'll apologize for that, but it's 42 outside, so we're heating the garage. It'll shut off eventually. It'll sound like a loud bang or something, but anyway, I want to get on here and talk about what I use to clean my vehicles. The Tundra, the Civic, the Corvette. A few people have asked, so I thought I'd come out here and show you guys. First of all, let me open up the cabinet. These cabinets have everything in it that I need, as well as other junk. So you can see I'm just going to pull stuff from these. Things that I actually use, products that I actually use. Got some more in there. And then down here, we've got some towels and rags and crap and stuff. So, first thing, you got to wash the vehicle, right? So, we'll open up this side over here. And I just use any kind of, car wash that really foams up, I just happen to have this one. This is a Blue Coral Wash and Wax Concentrate. I don't know that I put much faith in the wax part of it, but it foams like crazy. I really like that. Another one that I had that I've been using is this Turtle Wax Super Foaming Car Wash. Or soap, I guess. They claim it'll give you 128 washes. Probably not the way I use it. I use a lot of soap. I probably pour it full bore for about 3 seconds into a bucket, 2 to 3 seconds. It's a lot of soap. That's in a 5-gallon bucket. So those are the two that I have right now. Again, not real particular. Just want something that gives me a lot of foam. As far as the inside goes, I've mentioned this before. And this is just a container, so you can ignore the simple green marking on it. But a container this size, this is 32 ounces. I put 2 or 3 drops of dishwashing soap in it. Again, the kind that doesn't have ammonia. And then I just spray on the inside of the truck or the car or whatever and wipe it off. I use it for the windows. It works fantastic. It doesn't leave streaks or soap film or any of that kind of stuff, and it works really well. Waxes. I use Mcguire's Carnuba wax. This stuff, it smells fantastic, and that's part of the whole thing. You have to have a wax that smells good. Who wants to clean your truck and then have it stink, So anyway, this stuff works really well. You put it on, and I just use a waxing pad or whatever. You put it on, circles all over the place. Don't go back and forth, circles. Leave it sit for, I don't know, maybe 3-4 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. And then just wipe it off. Usually, I'll do like the hood and maybe the 2 front quarter panels or something. And by the time I'm done with that, I'll go back and it's time to wipe off the hood. So, and then the sides and everything else and move on like that. Works really well. I just use, like I said, the pad to put it on, and then I'll use just a microfiber towel to wipe it off. I usually use 2. It's probably not enough. I keep folding them over as I go, but to do any vehicle I have, I usually use 2 of these, and it's fine. It's plenty. Tires. If you want to clean the wheels, Simple Green works really well on that. You just spray it on, spray it off, and then use a soapy cloth or whatever to finish up. Works really well. For tires, Simple Green, again, right on the tire. Or what I've been using lately is this Armor All tire foam. This stuff, you just spray it on, you wet the tire, and then you spray this stuff on, and it's this big white giant foamy mess. And then it all dissipates and you don't do anything else. There's no more cleaning or washing or anything after that. It works really well, and it leaves you a nice sheen or shine, as you can see, and it really does kind of look like this. I don't know how well that'll come out on here. But it leaves you a nice finished look or shine on the tire. Really good. I really like that. If I'm not using that particular product, then I'll use a Simple Green and soap, and then I'll use an old waxing pad and Armor All. And I'll spray some Armor All on the pad, and then I'll just go around the face of the tire. Not too much, because if you get too much on it, then this stuff will flip off as you're driving and get on the paint on the side of your car. I know, I've had it happen. But just enough to shine the tire up, and this lasts, you know, a few days depending on the weather and, you know, whether you're driving in rain or that kind of crap. So, works really well. Really like that. The inside, again, I'll go back to my my concoction here. And I don't know if you can see that, but it says soapy water. I'll just use this. I have in the past used a leather cleaner for the inside, like on the seats and stuff. It's kind of neat. It makes it smell good, and it does clean some of the dirt off and brings the sheen or the shine back to the leather. I don't know, I'm neither here nor there about that. This is one that I have. It's a Mcguire's Rich Leather Cleaner and Conditioner. It works really well. I don't like to put a lot of chemicals and stuff on things, so I guess for me, the soapy water concoction is my go-to all the time. The one last thing that I'll mention, drying off the vehicle. You know, for years, I'd used chamois. And you know, a chamois is like almost summer, like animal hide, that you get wet, you wring them out, and then you scrape them all over your car, you know, wiping off the water. They absorb the water. I always find those to be more of a hassle than they're worth. And I often wonder what gets embedded in those, you know, because I never cleaned them often. So I kind of shied away from those. Now, I just go to the store and I'll just get some cheap cotton, soft bath towel. You know, and these work really well. Now you might argue that, well, gee, if you're worried about getting, you know, things stuck in the chamois or whatever, you know, these have even more pores and stuff. But these you can wash, you know, easily every time you use them, as I guess you could a chamois. But I've never had any issue. I've never had any scratching with these. And you know, if you think about it, really, I guess with either a chamois or this, you did just wash the car, so there shouldn't be a lot of granules and grit and stuff on it. I mean, you just washed it, right? So I prefer these. I usually use a couple of these per vehicle, and that's plenty. Even on the truck, they're big enough that they get all the water off and you don't have to go through 15 of them to do a vehicle. They don't get waterlogged. Let's see. As far as anything else, I mean, you can see I've got lots of stuff in here. Most of it is just stuff that I've experimented with, that I don't really use, or things that people have gotten me for like Christmas and stuff. But honestly, I really don't use that other stuff too often. Those are the main products that I use, and that's really all that you need. One other thing that I will mention, because I've talked about debadging before on here, and that is Goo Gone. Goo Gone works great for removing anything sticky or gummy or, you know, anything like that. I use it to take the adhesive off after I've removed badging from the car. So that tells you how strong it is, but it's not so strong that it's going to eat up your paint or something. It does have a nice citrusy smell. It's a pretty strong citrusy smell after using it for a while, but it works really well. I've always had good luck with it, and I've had this bottle, you can see it's about yay full, for probably 2 to 3 years. And you just don't need to use much of it. Just a little bit is all that you really need. The key to this stuff is you have to put it on and leave it sit. Let it go through and work its magic in dissolving what it is you're trying to remove. If it's anything that's of any thickness or substantial stains or gumming or anything like that that's on the vehicle. So, good product. It's the only other thing I guess that I use consistently. Anyway, just wanted to get on here, talk about that for a minute. A few people have asked me, what do you use to clean your vehicles? Well, there you go. That's what I use. Nothing extravagant, nothing extreme. I'm sure there are many variations of that out there. Everybody has their own thing. One other thing I'll comment on, the 2-bucket method. It is the best method to use, I think. You have a clean bucket, you have a dirty bucket. I've kind of shied away from that. I use one now. I just start at the top of the vehicle, which is the cleanest, and then I work my way down, which is the dirtiest. And I don't agitate the water a lot while I'm doing it, so that all those little gritty pieces and things, start to circulate around. That means that they just sink and they're on the bottom, and you're not going to pull those into your cloth or whatever. And I just use a mitt for the cloth, but that keeps things in the bottom so they don't get on the vehicle and scratch as you're going. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't before, and we'll see you next time on the web. Have a good day. Bye.